Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new topic, of course, of geography, and that will be mineral and energy resources. Okay, so without wasting time, let us directly start with the chapter minerals and energy resources. Now, today's lecture is of course going to be very easy because you must have studied a lot of terms during your science lecture also in or from the chapter, that is metals and non-metals. तो आपको कुछ बेसिक टर्म्स के बारे में मालूम होगा, लाइक मिनरल्स एंड ओर्स क्या होते हैं, मेटल्स क्या होते हैं, नॉन मेटल्स क्या होते हैं, प्रेशियस मेटल्स क्या होते हैं, रिएक्टिव मेटल्स क्या होते हैं, नॉन रिएक्टिव मेटल्स क्या होते हैं, व्हाई आर प्रेशियस मेटल्स सो प्रेशियस. But still, today you are going to once again understand all these terms with the geographical point of view. Now, so my name is Gautam Jain. Without wasting time, let's start. So the first part is जो आपके बुक में, I'm talking of course about the NCERT textbook. So NCERT textbook में जो first case दिया हुआ है, and that is of Haban. Okay. Now Haban is a guy who's from a remote village, and he actually comes to the city in Guwahati. Okay, and of course he is over there with his father, I guess, or with the person. Of course I think he is his father. So वो अपने father के साथ में एक remote village से गुवाहाटी आता है. Now Guwahati is of course आसाम के अंदर है. That's the northeastern sector of India. Now since वो इतने remote village से है जहाँ पर उसको proper knowledge नहीं है सारी चीज़ों की, so as soon as he comes to the big city of Guwahati, he immediately sees railways and buses, carrying and ferrying people from one place to another, and he gets curious and he says that what is this kind of kitchen which is now, traveling from over here and there. Then his father says that this is not kitchen, this is, buses and, or these are buses and trains, and they require an engine. And these are not made up of normal material like clay and mud and sand, but they are made up of special material known as minerals and elements. Okay. Now after going through this curious case of Haban, आपको भी ये लगेगा कि सर ये जो हबन का केस है ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. आज के ज़माने में किसी को ये भी नहीं मालूम होगा कि ट्रेन्स क्या होते हैं, बसेस क्या होते हैं. But when you are talking about those particular remote villages, so I am not talking about only the northeastern sector. I am talking even about say the state of Maharashtra, even say the state of Bihar, say the state of UP. I am talking about all those areas which are still being unexplored, और जिनके अंदर जो crowd रहता है या जो population रहती है वो अभी भी main stream से completely कटे हुए हैं. Okay, so after reading that particular part, so when his father uses the word minerals, that of course give us a spark that what do you mean by minerals. We know that earth or the earth crust on which we are staying, please understand the preposition which I am using. I am using the word on. Okay, so we are not living under the earth, we are living on the surface of the earth. Okay, earth crust consists of various minerals. So as you all might be knowing that earth crust is actually an accumulation of huge sort of minerals, and every mineral what we get technically comes from earth crust. Various metals are extracted and put to various uses. इस अर्थ क्रस्ट से जब अलग अलग मिनरल्स निकलते हैं, then इन मिनरल्स के हेल्प से हम इसके अंदर से मेटल्स निकालते हैं या नॉन मेटल्स निकालते हैं, और उससे हम अपने यहाँ पर जो भी जिस भी जगह पर जिस चीज़ की ज़रूरत होगी हम वो चीज़ें वहाँ पे बनाते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आयरन. सो आयरन इज ऑफ कोर्स एक्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द अर्थ क्रस्ट, एंड उससे आपके यहाँ पर चेयर्स बनेंगे, फर्नीचर्स बनेंगे, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. राइट. ऐसे ही सेम द वर्ड जिप्सम, सैंडस्टोन, कैल्शियम, ग्रेनाइट, all of these are nothing else but is what received from the part of the either the earth, the rivers, the valleys, or the word oceans. Okay, now all living things need minerals. Now this is a unique line. All living thing needs non-living things. That's a bit shocking because remember a few days before I said before a closing sentence that technically all living things are kind of non-living and all non-living things are kind of living. But let's not go into it. What do you mean by all living things need minerals? For your growth, you require what? You require nitrogen, you require phosphorus, you require manganese, you require calcium, you require iron, what not you require. यदि आपने इंडियन टेलीविजन में कोई भी एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखा होगा, मे बी ऑफ हॉर्लिक्स और ऑफ बॉर्नवीटा और पतंजलि सम वीटा, गॉड नोज व्हाट इज दैट. I mean, I should know, but I don't know right now, I forgot. So I am saying that all of these particular, supplements you take with the milk, now whether they are doing good or not so good, I don't know, I am nobody to comment. But what I am saying is that they show that these contains, or these particular supplements contain some extra materials or extra minerals which might be deficient in your body. Now let's talk about the word minerals. So जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, all living things would require minerals. Technically everything is mineral, guys. Nitrogen, carbon, phosphorus, antimony, arsenic, everything is mineral. Minerals. Now how can you define the word minerals? Minerals are of course those naturally occurring substances, okay, which you receive from the earth crust. So minerals are homogeneous. Homogeneous means इनका texture, uniformity काफी कुछ same रहेगा. So minerals are homogeneous. They are naturally occurring substance with a definable internal structure. Now that is a geographical, definition given by the geologists. Who are geologists? Geography. Geo means earth. Graphy means, of course, mapping of, or graphing of, or location of, or study of. Okay. So geologists. Geologists are of course those people who study the formation of earth crust, as in what kind of minerals are over there and how they are being made. So minerals are homogeneous, naturally occurring substance with a definable internal structure. So ये जो भी minerals होंगे उनका एक proper internal structure होना चाहिए जिससे आप उसको define कर सकते हो. I'm just getting a side just in the case if you don't want to listen to all this crap, you can take a snapshot and then you can do it. Now rocks. So minerals की definition ध्यान रखना guys. कुछ definition है for getting marks in the exam and even for the part of understanding. You just remember the words. For example, minerals, they are homogeneous. They are naturally occurring substance obtained from earth crust with a definable internal structure. Definable मतलब जिसको आप define कर सकते हो. Rocks. Now what actually are rocks? Now of course you know that majority of the sand or the soil is made up of rocks or weathering of rocks, and आपने different kind of rocks पढ़े होंगे, like igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, sedimentary rocks, and so on and so forth. But right now, what exactly do you mean by the word rock? Rocks are combination of homogeneous substances called minerals. So when a lot of different minerals combine under different kind of conditions, be it of temperature and pressure, they would combine to give you a resulting identity which is known as rock. Now minerals are formed from certain combination of elements depending on the physical and chemical conditions. As I told you guys, not every mineral is being made. Few days before, one of my students actually asked me that, sir, is it possible that if we can convert, say, graphite into diamond? Awesome question. Now that for you may be a bit of an idiotic question, but actually for the geologist it's always a curious question. Why? Or it gives them a kind of a spark as that under what conditions diamond is made. Because think about it, if we have got kind of technology where we try to compress and put a lot of pressure and give it artificial conditions, heat, temperature, pressure, whatever it requires, and can it be converted to diamond? Nothing like it, guys. We are rich. Okay. But when I'm talking about the conditions, then these conditions are natural conditions, because such kind of huge pressure you technically cannot create in a virtual lab, right? So that is the thing we are talking about. We are talking about temperatures rising to huge levels altogether. So might be कभी-कभी इसको बनाने में उतनी costing लग जाएगी जितने का वो material नहीं होगा, and that's the reason why. But of course, guys, that's still an open case that can we make things artificially in the lab itself. For example, यदि आपने पढ़ा होगा allotropy of carbon के अंदर, carbon has got kind of in the crystalline form, it has got around 3 allotropes. That is graphite, diamond, and fullerene. Now fullerene, that buckyball or the Kg structure, is actually not being prepared naturally. It's being prepared in lab. So what are rocks? Rocks are combination of homogeneous substances called minerals, and minerals are formed from certain combination of elements in certain conditions, and those certain conditions can be very high temperature, very high pressure, certain amount of viscosity, humidity, अलग अलग चीजें होती हैं, तब जाकर के ये रॉक्स या मिनरल्स फॉर्म करते हैं. Geologists are interested in the formation of minerals. As I told you, geologists, those particular people who are interested in how the earth crust is being made, they will always keep on studying about the earth crust. कितने मीटर के नीचे किस टाइप का रॉक है, किस टाइप का सॉइल है, कैसा कॉम्पोजिशन है, कौन से मिनरल्स मिल सकते हैं, so on and so forth. Now, what do you mean, or the classification of minerals can be done in the following way. Guys, a very important part. Now, it's not a very important part, though you might be knowing it, but still, for the examination sake, I'm just, focusing on the key points again. Minerals, you already know what are minerals. Homogeneous, naturally occurring, right? Now, with a definable structure. Now, what are minerals? Minerals can be classified in metallic, non-metallic, okay, and energy materials. So ऐसे तो minerals यदि आप अभी तक count करोगे तो according to your book there are more than around 2000 different kind of minerals which have been till now discovered, and furthermore discoveries on. So we'll keep on getting newer kind of minerals. Let's talk about minerals then. Minerals में first classification मैंने आपको बोला था metallic. Now metallic का मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? Metallic का means जिसके अंदर metal होगा या जिसके अंदर sufficient amount of metal होता है. Now metallic के अंदर भी furthermore 3 bifurcations आते हैं. There are 3 bifurcations or 3 furthermore sub classifications in metallic, and that will be ferrous, non-ferrous and precious. अब सर metals के अंदर first of all you would be already knowing metals और आप उसकी properties भी जानते होगे. That metals are normally good conductors, they are sonorous, ductile, malleable, they have got the same structure altogether, crystalline होते हैं, they can be cut with a sharp edge and so on and so forth. But right now our focus is not on science but on the geologist part or the geology part, sorry. What are the ferrous metallic minerals or what are the ferrous metals? Ferrous metals or ferric metals are those metals which necessarily either come out of that iron or necessarily contain some amount of iron in it. So कौन से examples हो जाएंगे? Example can be iron, cobalt, nickel, manganese and etc. So these are normally the 4 major ones, that is iron, nickel, cobalt and manganese. Now remember, जो मैंगनीज होता है, मैंगनीज इज नॉर्मली अवेलेबल इन टन्स एंड टन्स ऑफ क्वांटिटी इन द ओशन बेड. जो ओशन के जो बेड्स होते हैं, जो नीचे की तरफ में जो लेयर्स होते हैं, उसके अंदर आपको ह्यूज क्वांटिटी ऑफ मैंगनीज मिल जाएगा. ओके, मेटालिक के अंदर ही देयर आर आल्सो दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट व्हिच इज नॉन फेरस. अब नॉन फेरस कौन से होंगे मिनरल्स? नॉन फेरस मिनरल्स आर दोज मिनरल्स व्हिच डज नॉट ऑफ कोर्स कंटेन आयरन, which can be copper, lead, tin, bauxite. Bauxite से क्या निकलेगा? Aluminium. So copper, lead, tin, bauxite. So all of these are minerals. Remember, हम इस chapter में metals की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are talking about the minerals. Okay. Then comes the word precious metals. What are precious metals? Remember, सबसे जो low reactivity या high reactivity in science. That you need to comment and let me know whether it is of low reactivity and high reactivity. But when I am talking about precious, I mean gold, silver, platinum. Okay, so gold, silver and platinum, they are the precious metals. As you guys already know that for minerals and all these resources which you use, you require money. And you know, for money, they mean a lot of money. So precious metals. Now comes the question which I asked you in the starting of this lecture. Why are precious metals actually so precious? Why? Why are they so expensive? What is over there with gold, silver and platinum which iron and copper does not have? Please understand that materials which actually react or which tends to resist any kind of change, say in terms of temperature, climate, corrosion and such kind of materials would be ideal to be preserved for long period of time, and that is the reason why they are so precious. So precious materials इसलिए precious होते हैं because वो time के साथ में इतने आराम से corrode नहीं होते, जंग नहीं खाते. Okay, now so precious metals बता दिया. Now minerals के अंदर ही next वाले characteristic पर आते हैं और the classification पर आते हैं, that is non-metallic. What do you mean by non-metallic minerals? Non-metallic minerals वो होंगे जिनमें metal के constituents या particles बहुत कम होंगे या न के बराबर होंगे. For example, mica, sulfur, granite, limestone, sandstone, marbles. So non-metallic minerals are those minerals which are devoid of or which does not contain or which are lack of or which consist of lack of the metal or the metal particles. For example, sandstone, granite, marble, mica, all of these. Okay. So ये भी हो गया. Remember this particular part, sulfur. Now जब भी कभी आप बात करोगे sulfur की, right from the part of class 10th till 11th and 12th, please remember sulfur बहुत ही एक pungent smell के साथ में आता है. So whenever you are say passing through a house which is just getting recently painted, you would always see a particular kind of smell associated with that. But why would you feel that smell कि ये घर पेंट हुआ है अभी? Because उसमें सल्फर होता है. आप यदि अनियंस को यदि आप अनियंस को या गार्लिक को कभी भी कट करोगे, so there's going to be a pungent smell because it contains sulfur in it. Okay, next material पे आता है which is the energy minerals. Now what are those energy minerals? Energy minerals are those minerals on oxidation of it or on burning of it you will release or they will release energy. So for example, coal, fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, natural gas, so all of these are energy minerals. So ये classification guys बहुत important है, so please ध्यान रखना है इसको. I mean this is a very important topic. Now moving on from this to the next one. Now since you already know what do you mean by rocks, but then what do you mean by ores? Ores are form of minerals. Of course they are also naturally occurring substances, but in these minerals the quantity of metal should be sufficient enough so that it is a commercially viable or profitable phenomena or activity. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Ores minerals ही होते हैं, naturally rocks, naturally जो occurring substance होते हैं, but इनके अंदर एक particular metal की quantity उतनी होनी चाहिए कि ताकि आप इसको निकालो तो आपको profit हो. Imagine करो यदि आपके घर के नीचे if say suppose around 1 gram gold है, 1 gram gold which would be costing around say 5,000 rupees in the current scenario, would you start digging in? आप बोलोगे हाँ सर 5,000 रुपए हैं, of course we'll start digging in. But let's assume that that particular 1 gram gold is around 200 to 300 meters down below your the floor on which you are staying. Common sense in that case it would not become profitably viable. Why? Because जितना cost उसको dig करने के अंदर लगेगा around say 1,000 feet, उतने के अंदर तो आप guys खरीद सकते हो मार्केट से जा करके. So then it comes down to the part profitably viable ये है भी या नहीं. So ores are those naturally occurring substances or those minerals which are profitably extracted, commercially viable and in sufficient quantities or are present in sufficient quantities in minerals. Let's talk about the word general occurrence of these minerals. आखिर ये कौन से टाइप के minerals कहाँ पर हमें मिल सकते हैं? So this particular topic would consist of around 5 points and we'll only be talking about where these minerals can be trapped, where can you find them. Now first one, if I'm talking about igneous and metamorphic rocks, now hopefully you should be knowing about the word igneous rocks and of course the word metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are those rocks which are formed as a result of what? As a result of cooling down of lava. Okay. Now, so molten lava जब भी कभी cool होता है, then they form igneous rocks. So igneous and metamorphic rocks, cracks, crevices, faults or joints. So जब ये igneous and metamorphic rocks जब भी कभी cool off होते हैं due to this pressure and heat, के बाद में then वहाँ पर छोटे छोटे क्रैक्स बन जाते हैं बिकॉज वहाँ पर बीच में एयर ट्रैप हो जाती है, गैसेस ट्रैप हो जाती हैं एंड दीज पर्टिकुलर गैसेस विल release outside or will go outside or will vent off outside from these cracks, crevices, faults and joints. जब ये गैसेस कूल ऑफ होने के बाद में बाहर की तरफ में निकलेंगी या हॉट पार्ट में बाहर की तरफ में निकलेंगी, सो उस जगह पर ये छोटे छोटे मिनरल्स जाकर के इकट्ठे हो जाएंगे. If the quantity of minerals are in very smaller quantities or very small occurrence के अंदर है, so guys as I told you that these small occurrence, जब ये minerals कूल ऑफ होने के बाद में इन जॉइंट्स या क्रैक्स के अंदर यदि स्मॉल ऑकरेंसेस होंगे तो देन वी विल बी कॉलिंग इट एज वेन्स. एंड इफ दे आर ऑकरिंग इन लार्ज ऑकरेंसेस ऑल अक्रॉस द पार्ट देन इट विल बी नोन एज लोड्स. सो वेन्स एंड लोड्स. Remember, only it happens in igneous and metamorphic rocks because crevices, joints and faults वहीं बनते हैं. As I've already told you that minerals are being forced upwards. वो जब cool off होंगे तो ऊपर की तरफ में रह जाते हैं. So let's move ahead. The next topic is sedimentary rocks. But what do you mean by sediments? Sediments are those gradual, decompositions which actually happens over a period of time with the help of something which is flowing and aggravating all these. कैसे? जब आपके rivers flow करते हैं say in rocks के ऊपर में से, then those particular weathering gradually happens or the deposition of minerals gradually happens. So they occurs in beds and layers. What do you mean by beds over here? That is they are talking about the river bed. So river bed में आपको काफी सारे इस तरह के minerals मिल जाते हैं. They are formed as a result of deposition, accumulation and concentration in horizontal strata. So ये आपको बहुत डीपर डाउन नहीं मिलते हैं, ये आपको हॉरिजॉन्टल लेयर्स के अंदर आपको मिलना चालू हो जाएंगे. So जब भी आप कभी बात करते हो लाइमस्टोन की या ऑल दिस मार्बल की, so ये सारे के सारे क्या हैं? They are the sedimentary rocks. On the other hand, when you are talking about the word granite, then it is igneous rock. Okay. So coal and some forms of iron ore. Now coal के बारे में जैसे ही मैं आपने बोला, so immediately then I stopped. Why? Remember guys, coal is a fossil fuel and you already know how coal is being made. So millions of years, it requires for these particular living things to get decomposed, convert into this liquid layer, and वो आपको already मालूम है high temperature, huge pressure, and that will result into the layers of coal. So coal and some forms of iron like gypsum. Now you should be knowing it better. What do you mean by gypsum? Gypsum, potash salt and sodium salts are also being formed like this. Now understand that gypsum, sodium and potassium salts are also formed because of what? Because of evaporation in the arid region. Now what do you mean by arid region? Those dry region जहाँ पर evaporation की वजह से gypsum and potash salts and sodium salts बनते हैं. Now let's talk about the third category, that is decomposition of surface rocks. You all must be knowing about this term known as weathering. What do you mean by weathering? The gradual chirping of rocks because of temperature changes, chemical changes, all of these pressure changes. Because of this, the rocks tend to weather down, break होना चालू हो जाता है, leaving a residual mass. और उसके बाद में वो जो बचा हुआ जो रॉक होता है एक residual mass and that weathered material, तो उसमें से भी आप minerals को निकालते हो. अब इसका एग्जाम्पल कौन सा हो सकता है? That can be bauxite. But bauxite में से क्या निकालते हैं? Bauxite is nothing else but is technically the ore to take out aluminium. Okay. Now alluvial deposits. What do you mean by alluvial deposits? Normally आपके mountains या mountain ranges के आजू बाजू का जो एरिया है वहां पर आपको ये alluvial soil या alluvial deposits मिलेंगे. माउंटेन के बेस में आप देखोगे बहुत सारे डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ मिनरल्स आपको मिलते हैं, एंड दोज पर्टिकुलर मिनरल्स एंड रॉक्स वुड बी अ ह्यूज डिपॉजिट्स एंड दे विल बी आल्सो कॉल्ड एज प्लेसर डिपॉजिट्स. सो प्लेसर डिपॉजिट्स के अंदर बहुत सारे आपको प्रेशियस मेटल्स मिलते हैं लाइक गोल्ड, सिल्वर, प्लैटिनम एंड tin of course not being so precious, but of course that particular part is also being extracted from over there. Then moving on to the last but not the least, and that is ocean water. Now, when I am talking about ocean water and beds, ocean is also a huge, resource for us for extracting minerals. But problem is, since all these minerals are in such a diffuse state, इतने घुले हुए होते हैं कि इनमें से minerals को निकालना it becomes a tad more bit difficult. And that's the reason why we still take out or manage to take out what? The salts such as sodium salt like sodium chloride, नमक. आप इसमें से निकालते हो, magnesium salts निकाल सकते हो, पोटेशियम सॉल्ट्स निकाल सकते हो इनमें से। ओशन का जो बेड होता है, मैंने आपको लेक्चर के स्टार्टिंग में ही बताया था, ओशन के बेड में ह्यूज क्वांटिटीज ऑफ मैंगनीज होते हैं एंड इसमें से आप मैंगनीज को भी एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हो। So guys, this is all from my side. Remember the key topics from this. Tomorrow we are going to meet again. I think this lecture would take around 3 more lectures and then we are going to be done with it. Thank you guys once again for being with me. Love you all. Take care. Be safe and keep smiling.